ランディ君人形？ああ、そりゃレナのツボだわな。
レナがサトコやリカちゃんをお持ち帰りしたくなるのはわかる。だがランディ君人形だけは理解できないぞ。あんなメガネ親父のどこがいいんだ。
Four-eyed geezer. Okay. Is this a reference to what was his name? Colonel Sanders? No, Colonel Sanders? From KFC?
そりゃあレナに直接聞けばいいじゃん。どうせだって可愛いんだもんしか言わないだろうけどさ。
レナはよくあそこ工事現場のとこへ宝探しに行くのか？
ちょくちょく見に行くって言ってましたです。
しかし年頃の女の子がゴミあさりね。
レナが楽しいならいいんだと思いますです。
あそこはなんだよ。ダムの工事現場だったのか？
Yeah, I've been bugging me since yesterday. Like an itch I couldn't scratch.
何年か前に中止になっちゃったけどね。
みんなで力を合わせて戦いましたです。
Hearing an anonymous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. Fought against it?
そうそう。何しろとんでもない話だったんだよ。Hinamizawaが丸ごとダム湖に沈むことに一方的になってさ。
So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded.
ごめんねごめんね。
Well, I guess I can imagine it. Like they were trying to build like a dam and who knows what else they would build in the future. And the people of Hinamizawa would be like, no, you cannot do that. You cannot destroy our village like that. And then the protest would happen and, well, the building of the dam stopped at some point. So people who wanted to build stuff here just stopped at some point and just left Hinamizawa alone. Not necessarily because of the protests, but because of some accident that happened there, more than likely.
待たせちゃったかな申し訳ありませんわねケイチさん。お化粧直しに時間をかけちゃいまして。
サトコ、便所には溜めてから行け。一気に出せて楽で早いぞ。
花も恥じらう乙女になんて口の利き方。
How was she calling a maiden? Izalako really was a maiden. She wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Alrighty then. Another day at school.
さてと、今日は快速に乗っ取り、部員の諸君に是非を問いたい。彼、前原圭一君を新たな部員として我らの部活動に加えたいのだが、いかがだろうか。
Hey!
レナは異議なーし。近隣風情が私の相手を務められるかしら。僕もサトコも賛成しますですよ。
I swear, the way Satoko talks sometimes. The three that Mion had choir voiced their approval. Alright.
全会一致。おめでとう、前原圭一君。君に栄えある我が部への入部試験を許可する。
The entrance exam? Are you kidding me?
順を追って説明しろ。俺はまだ入るとは言ってないぞ。何の部活だ？
我が部はだな。複雑化する社会に対応するため、活動ごとに提案される様々な条件下。
It's the drama club.
時には準教。あるいは逆境からいかにして。
レナは弱いからいじめないでほしいな。仲良くやろうね。レナさんは甘えてますわ。弱い者は食い尽くされるのが世の常なのでございますわよ。
This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it?
つまりみんなでゲームして遊ぶ部活なのです。
Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use by playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day. Ah, game boards and stuff like that. It reminds me of when I watched Kaguya, like the first season. And Chika was the one president of the game board club. Like what were the games that Chika and like what were the games that they were playing at that point? I don't remember. They played cards at some point, that's for sure, from what I remember in season 1. It seemed that depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last.
先に断っとくけど、ままごと遊びみたいなレベルじゃないからね。一生いっぱいに命がかかってるくらい本気でかかった方がいいよ。
楽しくやれればいいじゃないか。そう凄むなよ。
快速第一条、狙うのは1位のみ。遊びだからなんていういい加減なプレーは許さない。
快速第2条、そのためにはあらゆる努力をすることが義務付けられておりますのよ。
The way Satoko said it sounded like she was saying, use any means necessary. a.k.a. in Satoko's case, cheat.
もちろん僕も頑張りますです。
Of course you will, sweetie.
レナも弱いけどね、精一杯頑張ってるの。
Is this the dynamic that I'm gonna have here? Like, of course, I'm gonna love Rika and Satoko. Like, on equal levels. Like, they're so adorable. But is this gonna be the dynamic? Like, comedically speaking, I'm gonna praise Rika so much, and when it comes to Satoko, I'm just gonna keep sticking my tongue at her and calling her a little squirt, a little brat. Is that gonna be the dynamic in this? I guess so. I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everybody's aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play it just for fun.
よし、俺も本気でやってやるぜ!
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's nice to have like competitiveness in this as well. To aim for a reward or, you know, to not fall in last place and all that. It adds to it. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation. My baptism into the club. Alright, well this looks like fun.
ケイちゃんに一応忠告ね。
Might as well enjoy it while it lasts. Oh.
レナも結構えげつないからね。
Arena, of course. It's the more silent one that is scariest. The initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Even though I would tag Rika as the quietest. Because that's how it happened in like last time at the picnic. She was the last one to have a say in all this. She only said a few words of cuteness, and then she won all the apples. Plain as day. Like, Keiichi and Satoko tried their best, and Rika managed to do it with a couple of sentences, and then boom. She got all the apples, so yeah. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers, in the back of the room. They have the games here at school? Well, yeah, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. I wonder if Monopoly was a thing around this time. Kinda makes me question.
難しいゲームはケイちゃんだけに不利だからね。
It reminds me of my elementary school. I don't remember having like board games, but we did have freaking computers in our classroom. It was the one classroom in our school that had like old computers. And I do remember specifically that I was the one who bought like all the games to school, so that the kids would have games to play on the computers. I had both educational games and like some other games that are less educational. I feel like I remember one that was somewhat similar to Diablo, but it was not Diablo. I doubt that we would have accepted like Diablo games at that point for kids. I used to play Diablo 2 when I was a kid, like home on my computer.
今日は誰にでもわかるゲームにしよう。スタンダードにトランプのジジ抜きはどう？
よし、受けてやるぜ。
やっぱり罰ゲームがないと燃えないよね。今回はビリに顔面落書きの K どう？
ヤン。
油性じゃないよね。油性じゃないよね。
Permanent. She wants to draw on her faces with permanent marker. Well, no worries in my case, you know. I have quite a good poker face. Because I'm a skeleton. I don't make face expressions as much as, as other humans. Yo! I can mask my face like much easier than humans. I can have just one face expression throughout this entire thing, like no problems. Look.
上等でございますわ。
Satoko cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, then I cannot lose either.
じゃあカード切ってみんなに配るね。
Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. And there's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start. Meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. I don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty fitting game.
じゃあ1枚抜くね。
Mion took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Gee.
ま、終盤になればおのずとわかるし、最初はどうしようもないよな。
Okay, I noticed that the sprites, when they fade out, when they go away, like they flicker a little bit. I apologize for that. I don't know why it does that all of a sudden. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all the while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be.
このトランプ、結構傷物だろ？まさか、みんなにはその傷で、そこに伏せたカードが分かってる？
快速第2条ですわ。ケイチさんも勝つために最善の努力をなさいませ。
Oh, that's not fair. Don't tell me that you're using, cards that you've already used before and are familiar with. This is new to Keiichi.
いくつかのカードは特徴的だから、ケイチ君にもすぐ覚えられるよ。
She's that so matter-of-factly.
上等だぜ！この程度でハンデになると思うなよ！
I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. Frickin' Chica strikes again. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. This was a test. And then they were playing with the answer sheet right in front of them. Bring it! I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed.
ケイちゃんの手札を右から言うぜ。3、4、9、ジャック、クイーン。
ちなみに、ジジはダイヤの J なのです。
Yeah.
どうカードを入れ替えたって見え見えですわ。上がりですな。
I thought I was prepared. But for it to be this brutal, Just overwhelming.
鬼だ。こいつらは鬼だ。レナは鬼じゃないよな。
ごめんねケイイチくん。こっちがハートの3だよね。あがり。
おわ
ー Not even a hint of mercy. Rena, even Rika-chan. These club activities weren't to be trifled with. Ugh! Got damaged so badly. Like, I cannot even raise myself off of the chair. Like I'm stuck on my chair here. An alumni of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and dropped into a deathmatch on a deserted island, these guys would probably take it to it like fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates.
ポイントは減点制ね。着順がそのままマイナス点。トータルで一番少ない人が優勝。
では、ケイイチはビリなので5です。
There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard. Oh?
やっぱりさ、綺麗なトランプでやらないとケイイチくんに不公平だよ。
Oh no. I'm stuck on my chair. Like I'm halfway down on the ground here a little bit. Mayday! Mayday! I have fallen and I can't get up!
いいのいいの。ケイちゃんだって男だし。これくらいの逆境は跳ね返せるよね。
貧民風情は逃げ帰って涙で枕を濡らすのがお似合いでございますことよ。
Shut it, you pipsqueak! Petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was thrumming from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika-chan's.
ファイト、おーです。
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. Okay, you need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power. The potere I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maebara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. It's just as Rena said. Several of the cards have their own distinct markings, making them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory.
うわ、うまいよケイイチくん。その調子。
I covered the uniquely marked cards with my hands, or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they couldn't be seen. Yeah, that's right. Like, try to hold the cards, like, in a way that only the back of your palm is seen by the others. A little bit there.
角が割れているのは5だったはずです。上がりましたです。
I can't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Alright. Satoko, send out her cards for me.
欲しいのは7なんだが、これかな。
さーてどうかしら。聞いてみないとわかりませんことよ。
There's a little bit of a sweat there dropping on your cheek there. There was a bit of a dismay in this expression. Shy, like she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip by me.
見えた。これだ。
Got it. 7 of spades. Cheer of ooh rang out.
なんですって7は一番わかりにくいはずですのに。
It wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight chances in their expression, those slight changes in their expressions as I was selecting a card were enough.
ほらケイちゃん隠さない。この傷が確かダイヤの2だったよね。
She was startled by her own mystery. Of course, everyone else was too.
ああ、みーちゃんがカード間違えるなんて珍しいね。
違う。ケイちゃん、あんた、まさか。
They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it.
ダイヤの2を偽装したというですの？味な真似をするでございますわ。
What?
ケイチ、一矢報いましたです。
Nice.
やったね、ケイチくん。大前線だよ。
Having defeated the Forerunner, Mion, my breeding battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win, and I would finish last. I laughed haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves.
まあビリは確定だけどさ、最後にミオンから1本取れたから大満足かな。
That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who has the top already, and assured victory.
この回、仮にケイちゃんが1着になってもトータルビリが確定するんだけど、いや
当たり前だ。
一騎打ちしようよ。ワンチャンス。勝てたらケイちゃん1位で私ビリの大逆転なんてどう？乗るでしょ？
She fell for it. Chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it.
ワンチャンスだと？ルールを説明しろ。
Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand, and replaced one with a Joker card that was on the table, and then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back. Alright?
右手のカードと左手のカード。どっちがジョーカーか当てたら、ケイちゃんの勝ち。
今後ろに回した時、ジョーカーを抜いたってことはないだろうな。
ケイちゃんが負けたら、反対の手のカードも公開するよ。それなら OK でしょ？
The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events.
よし、乗ってやる。
Mion grasped 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one was it. Well, that or maybe it had, but it was hidden by Mion's fingers.
どっちだろう。ケイチくん、慎重にね。
ああ、もちろんだぜ。逆転の大チャンスだ。
Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I hadn't seen before.
あのカードは。
I didn't let that bit from Satoko slip by me. Mion clicked her tongue. Wait, hold on, Keiichi. Maybe it's a little bit of a trap that Mion is setting up for you. Maybe while she was with her back at you, she changed the card a little bit to look like the winning card, but it actually isn't the winning card. As for the other card, the actual winning card, well, again, maybe she's hiding the mark with the finger. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Satoko's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't a Joker.
ケイちゃんは右のカードを疑ってる？じゃあ右にする？右？
No, that card definitely wasn't a Joker. If I could trust that theory, I should have been able to declare that the card to the right was the Joker. Well, unless they are playing, like, reverse psychology. Like, using Satoko's reaction to make us think that it's not the card, when in actuality it is. But then again, that would be a little bit too obvious if it was the Joker card. Like, that would be a little bit too easy. Even without Mion's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Satoko's reaction? Killed. I remember now. That mark, the left card. No doubt about it. The 7 of clubs.
きっとクローバーの7だね。
I won. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs. So that meant that the card on the right was the Joker. And then, just before my hand touched the right card, I froze.
さすがミオンだよ。
There was a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers at my sudden halt, right before I confirmed the right card was Joker.
ケイイチさんは何を言ってるのでございましょう。だって左 C です。
へえ。ケイちゃんはどうして右がジョーカーじゃないって確信できるの？
Neon let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled.
右のカードが何かは俺にもわからないさ。だが、左のカードがクローバーの7だってことだけはわかる。
じゃあ残る右のカードがジョーカーなのじゃありませんこと？必ず左右どっちかがジョーカーという約束でしょ？
That or it kind of makes me question if maybe in one hand she has like 2 cards. And we only see the back of them, but maybe it's the back of the second card on that hand. The first card on that hand, maybe something else.
ああ、左右のどっちかにジョーカーがあるのは本当だろうな。
ケイイチは勘がいいです。リカちゃん、それってどういう？
つまりさ、クローバーの7はさっき俺がサトコのスペードの7と合わせて捨てたカードなんだよ。
It was attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from the sloppy pile.
つまりミオンは捨て札を1枚拾って左のカードに重ねている。つまり
そうか、わかった。左のカードをクローバーの7に見せかけているんだね。
It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mion's expression. I didn't let that slip by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly.
ジョーカーは左手だ。
It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion.
初代部長として私も様々なプレイングを見てきたけど、ケイちゃん、あんたはベストだよ。ベストオブザベストオブザベスト。
That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Good though. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping cards from both hands. Comeback victory! Ariakey placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory. Yes, yes. Give me all the pets.
リカちゃんか？
The Renanza Taco gaped at us, as if they had seen a ghost.
なんだよレナ、別に俺はインチキしてないだろ。先生堂々と。
リカは慰めるときにしか頭を撫でませんの。
Ah. It's the meaning of. The moment Rena let out a small shriek.
ケイイチくん、こんなことって。
ケイちゃんならさ、ここまで読んでくれると思ってたよ。
Everyone froze. No, it was just me.
賭けだった。ケイちゃんがおてんばさんの早とちりだったなら、負けてたのは私だった。
It was the answer everyone was certain about. So it was the easy answer, and she gambled on us going a little bit further to overcomplicate ourselves. Neon picked up the card from the losing
ケイ
hand.
ちゃんはさ、この負けを誇っていいよ。
She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. And the card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was the setup behind the setup. I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it.
部長園崎美音の名において前原圭一あんたの我が部への入部を許可する。
Alrighty then. As I slumped to my knees, dazed, everybody let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave, despite my defeat. Phew. Quite an intense poker game there, no doubt. It may rival the one from JoJo's. From JoJo's Part 3.
これにて決着。本日の優勝は私園崎美音。栄えあるビリは前原圭一。
Hey! Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing.
みーちゃんが後ろ手で細工した時またやるんだって思ってドキドキしちゃった。圭一さんが正解に触れる直前で止まった時にはかかったって思いましたわ。見事に引っかかってくれましたです。
Huh? Hey, wait. All they knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly?
楽しくなるようにみんなで盛り上げましたですよ。
You.
お前らみんな鬼だ人手なし
さてケイちゃんに罰ゲームだね。
Alrighty then. What is it? Are we gonna have to clean the classroom like after hours or something like that?
今日は部活の初日だしね。ソフトに行こうかね。いきなり登校拒否になられちゃ困るし。
The other 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Neon approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's a felt tip marker. Ah, yeah, the permanent marker punishment. Okay, and it's a giant permanent one.
さて行くよ。
She took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly up to my face while I was immobilized.
やめろ
The channel rules that my fate is tied to the main character. That are my death throws. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Randy that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just Mion and me walking home together. A rather rare occurrence. Alright, well, here's a little bit of a... Well, I wouldn't call it an announcement or something like that, but this is something that I decided to do myself recently. Like I talked about how we don't get to see the protagonist, like in this. We don't get to see his face due to his eyes being the perspective that we see through and all that. So we don't really get to see his face. So it made me think, hey, I'm just gonna imagine that he looks like Kazuma. I probably added some jokes here and there about him looking like Kazuma. So yeah, that's gonna be my my thing for right now until we get to see his face, you know.
宝の山か。 捨ててる連中もまさかレナに感謝されてるとは夢にも思わないだろうね。
Mountain of treasure. They need the damn construction site from before. Alright. Mio will probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to have happened there.
あそこさ、ダムの工事現場。なんかあったんだろ？昔。
そりゃあったよ、戦いが。座り込みやったりデモをやったり。
It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided I'd listen just the same.
自分たちの土地がダム湖に沈むんだもんな。俺だって戦うだろうな。
役人どもは本当に一方的だった。偉そうで威張ってた。
The government. You know, like in visual novels, even some that, like honestly, I don't know, like, do I remember like any visual novels on this channel that had to deal with government and all that? I know some that I've done outside of this channel and all that. Like, you think that this person is the bad person, the villain, or that person is the villain / the bad guy. No. It's the government. The government is the true evil for all this stuff. That's probably gonna be it, isn't it? Like, yeah, we're gonna be dealing with some issues between each other or something like that, but all in all, it's the government that we can blame.
金で解決できないと悟ると、あらゆる嫌がらせをしてきたんだよ。いやらしい奴らだった。
Neon spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her.
よく勝てたな。相手は国だろ？
村長や村の有力者たちがね、方々に陳情した。東京にも行ったし、いろんな政治家に根回しもした。そうしてるうちに計画は撤回されたんだよ。私たちの完全勝利だった。
暴力沙汰とかにはならなかったのか？傷害事件とか殺人。
なかった。
She promptly cut me off. Quite the robotic responses that I'm getting these days. The same as Rena had. Word signal at the end of discussion. Tomitake-san said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, and I guess I was wrong. My curiosity unsated. I sighed dejectedly inside.
じゃあね、また明日ね。ケイちゃんそれ、うちに帰るまで消しちゃダメだからね。
わかってるよ。消さねえよ。
Yeah. Mio held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. Damn you, Mion. You shall rue this day. If our roles are ever reversed, I'm going to go all out. All over your face so you won't be able to take it off. Even with the scurrying pad. Yeah. Okay, so Rena says that there was no murder or violence or anything like that. Mion responds with a straight up no. Like, no details whatsoever. Like, we got some information about that in the newspapers. I wonder where else we can find some clues about this murder. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. The mood I'd come home to was already on edge. It's not an uncommon thing in our family. Whenever Dad can't come up with a good idea, it always ends up like this. He stumps around the house with his arms crossed. Mom whispered into my ear.
おかえり、ケイチ。お父さん大変そうだからそっとしてあげてね。
Yeah.
またアイデアに詰まったわけ？
今回は締め切りが重なったからね。お父さん充電期間がないと大変だから。
Dad's paintings feed our entire family. If he runs out of ideas, then it's the end of the Maebaras. We never gone hungry before. Could it be that my dad is the master painter?
家の中をうろうろしないで表に散歩でも行った方がアイデアが出るんじゃねえの？
今回は生活空間がテーマだから。
That and it would require him to touch grass, which he probably hasn't done that, like lately.
お父さんこの家をモチーフにしたいみたい。
That's quite a bothersome motif.
圭一、部屋の中を少しは片付けなさい。みっともないぞ。
Yes, Dad.
ごめん後で片付けるよ。
Now, come on. Please don't use my room as the motif.
ケイチ、お夕飯までまだ時間があるから。表でも散歩してらっしゃい。
The room of a kid from 1983. That will be interesting to see. Dad's moods are only temporary. As soon as he gets an idea, his mood improves and he starts humming. Ah, so he is gonna use that idea. Until then, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just go take a walk so I don't aggravate him further.
じゃあそうするかな。
I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't really have any particular destination in mind. I mean, it's still the middle of the day. I guess it's not dark out there yet. I just need to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike to get to town. Like it really is sucky that it will get harder and harder for me to ride my bike, given that, well, winter is coming. It's getting colder and colder. You know, it will be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. If Mio no Sakuroko ever found out about that, I smiled wryly. Oh yeah, Rena was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the damn construction site. The excavation of Colin and Randy was probably taking her a while. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one.
次の部活の時に恩返ししてもらえるかもしれないしな。
Yeah, let's go. Let's see what Rena is doing there. With a little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the damn construction site. Tamitake-san might be there as well. The only person with information about the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I met him again, I'd like to ask for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. I spotted Rena struggling up on the slope of the garbage pile. It looked like Colonel Randy was lodging there pretty firmly. It didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing down the slope unsteadily.
Yo, Rena.
Surprised to see Keiichi?
精が出ますな。
ケイチくん、どうしたのこんなところへ。